The Dallas Mavericks just broke the record for the longest run in NBA history without allowing a basket ever since the play-by-play era began being tracked. From being down 24 points with 10 minutes left in the fourth, to having the lead in only a few minutes, here's how that came to fruition and how they lost the lead right after. The offensive pressure and threatening presence of Luka Doncic is so dominating, to the point where the moment he begins to size up, despite Kenrich Williams not being a bad defender, Lou Dort knows he needs to help Williams on the mismatch, but Luka nails the pass out of his reach to AJ Lawson for back-to-back threes. After a traveling call, the Mavericks take advantage of the Thunder running a zone defense. Luka once again demands the double, which leaves Aaron Wiggins with no choice but to rotate, as Luka kicks a pass to Lawson, while Derek Lively brings Jalen Williams inside the paint, allowing Lawson to connect it to Seth Curry for a wide-open corner three. 6-0 run, timeout Oklahoma. We see another mistake on the Thunder side, where Dort drives and Prosper does a good job not falling for the fake and sliding his feet, and Lively's rim presence forces Dort to throw a bad pass out of bounds. The Thunder are still looking to keep Chet Holmgren in a position where he can roam, but this allows Lively to take Dort away from Luka, and with a screen we have a matchup of J-Dub guarding Luka. Luka tries to get a step on him, but Williams slides his feet well to get in good position, and Chet collapses onto him with Dort. He gets it to Prosper, who gets it back to Luka, who repeats the same drive to the right, but this time Lively is positioned for an easy lob. 8-0 run. The Thunder still have a comfortable lead with 9 minutes remaining, but the Mavericks are going to start making them uncomfortable, and they do that by extending the run. Luka sees the screen and switches onto Chet to prevent the slip. Chet gets the ball, however, while he starts his dribble, he isn't paying much attention to Luka, who's on his back, which allows for him to reach around for the steal, and then you see the absurd speed of Lawson, who outruns both Thunder players, and there's Luka in transition for their third three of the run. An 11-0 run in the span of less than 2 minutes. With Shea back in the game along with all of their starters, it's time for the real game to begin. Except it isn't, because they immediately double-team him to force the ball out of his hands. Lawson recovers onto Dort, who gets it to Cason Wallace, and what I've liked seeing from Prosper is how he stands his ground without leaving his feet and moving very actively, though Wallace gets off a good shot, but it misses. The Mavericks fail to convert, but get another chance off of another missed three by the Thunder. With the screen from Lively, the Thunder continue their plan of getting the ball out of Luka's hands no matter what, leaving Lively at the perimeter, where he very quickly gets inside and leaves with a fancy finish past Chet Holmgren. Both teams have just decided that they'll force the ball out of the other team's star players' hands, and the Mavs do this with Shea. The Mavs do this really well by picking up on the Thunder's movements in this 3-2 zone. Lively's been exuding his presence as a roamer, ready to roam out of the paint and guard the players off the dribble, and Williams can't get the runner to fall over him before Dort tips the ball out of bounds. The Thunder have completely prioritized Luka Doncic and are just hoping for the best, basically saying that they'll live with non-Luka shots, doubling him as far as the logo, which makes it near impossible for them to recover, and Seth Curry knocks down the jumper to extend the run to 16-0. Despite doing the same defensive plan, at its core, it's different. When the Mavericks double Shea, it's only to add some pressure, and they immediately retreat to their positions in their zone. And then the leftover defender's job is just to keep denying him the ball. Seth Curry is completely locked in on Cason Wallace, who cuts under the basket, and when he goes over to help, he sets himself up to take a charge, and he succeeds. Luka goes to his usual right side drive, and when I say that the defense collapses, I mean that they completely cave in with 4 defenders, and the last defender, Dort, is drawn in by Luka, who jumps in the air, and Seth Curry has a wide open 3 to increase the run to 19-0 in under 4 minutes. As usual, the double gets the ball out of Shea's hands, but this time he demands the ball back and attempts to go to work, but they throw another double while sealing off any clear path for him to pass, forcing him to make a cross-court pass. And with the pass from Wallace, who's on the baseline, Dort does not see Luka, who blocks it off the backboard, and a shot clock violation is called. The Mavs would often use double drag screens to get Dort switched off of Luka, and the lack of height with Chet Holmgren off the court makes Lively a threat to receive the ball, but Isaiah Joe ends up leaving Derrick Jones Jr. in the corner, and this team will not miss anymore. Back on the defensive end, Cason Wallace gets a fairly good look considering his adept shooting, but it's off. And on the offensive end, the Thunder can do nothing but watch as they try to contain the Mavs' three-point shooting, but this leads to Luka throwing the lob over two defenders to Lively, and in just 5 minutes, they've tied the score by scoring 24 in a row and allowing 0. Off the inbound, Jalen Williams gets a step on AJ Lawson, but with good precision, Lawson is able to swipe the ball out of his hands and it ricochets off of Williams out of bounds. The Mavs attempt to switch Dort off of Luka as usual, but Dort navigates over the screen as Luka attacks his bottom foot. Dort attempts to push him baseline, and the threat of a lob to Lively keeps Chet from contesting in time. The Thunder push the pace and Chet pulls Lively away from the corner, but they miss the three and fast forward to another trap by the Thunder. Luka doesn't even need a second to see it coming and flips it behind his back for the three, and although it misses, there's now nobody under the rim, so Derrick Jones Jr. puts the ball back in. The Thunder are now trying to get Shea open off the ball, but AJ Lawson denies him after the switch, leading to Chet attempting to create on his own, and Luka pokes it free, and that's 30 in a row. Despite this, the Mavericks would go on to score only 3 more points in the next 3 minutes, and here's how that happened. For the Thunder's next possession, the Mavs doubled to get Shea to pass the ball, but what's different this time is that Jalen Williams and Isaiah Joe basically cut towards one another, and now they have Chet controlling the offense at the free throw line to draw in Lively, and Dort cuts baseline along with Williams, while Isaiah Joe takes the attention of 2 defenders, leaving the paint free for the taking. Another double drag gets Dort off of Luka, and while he's able to drop Isaiah Joe with the step back cross, he misses the shot, which Lively hustles for the rebound and kicks it out, while Chet patiently waits and positions himself to watch the right corner, which a cross-court pass there would give him enough time to close out. At the exact right moment of a drive, he comes in and swats the ball away. On the inbound, despite getting beaten, he uses his length to block it off the backboard, and that's a quick transition 3 after a fake and sidestep by Isaiah Joe. In the next possession for the Mavs, Dort attempts to gamble on the passing lanes, but is too late, and the Mavs score their final points for the rest of the game. On drives, the 7-1 Chet makes the paint look somewhat free as he stands on the block near Lively, but that's just an illusion because he'll still rise up and block the ball at the peak of its rotation, and then he'll run the floor for a putback dunk. Even though the Mavericks could usually still generate wide open looks off of traps, the effect of Chet Holmgren on the floor, who's not only lengthy, but also mobile for a center, allows for him to get to the corner and apply pressure. The Thunder rotate to prevent a pass to Lively, and a travel is called. The Thunder don't even wait for the trap to arrive, and immediately employ a pick and roll, and while Dort misses off of a good Lively contest, Chet is free to clean it up. With the Mavericks unable to score again with the Thunder's well-produced rotating, Jalen Williams has no trouble driving on Lively. With a steal from Shea and the finish on the other end, they're able to put the game away. It was a very good showing on the Mavericks side, but with the versatility of Chet Holmgren and the missed wide open opportunities, they were unable to complete the comeback. If you enjoyed the video, you might just know what to do, and I'll see you next time.